Nice Guy Stories by Redmond Dietes. Nice guy pursues a married woman. For context, this story didn't happen to me exactly, though I was a witness. It happened to a friend of mine about a decade ago, and I recently got the go-ahead to share. Names have been changed to protect their identities. This was long before I knew what a nice guy was. This centers around two people, one of whom is a friend we'll refer to as Tori, not her real name, 23 female, and the nice guy in question we'll call Billy, age unknown, possibly very late teens. Hard to tell, because he had a youthful looking face. Billy was average height, light brown hair, very skinny, dressed all in black everything, pants, shoes, and shirts, smelled like he never showered, horrid body odor, and for some reason always acted all high and mighty, like the world owed him something, even though his grades were poor. Even said once he got a 50 average, because his teachers obviously couldn't handle how truly intelligent he was, and deliberately made him fail out of jealousy, or some such nonsense. Can't remember exactly what he said, but he was convinced he was smarter than everyone else. Moreover, he acted as if he was God's gift to women. He tried to cozy up to any woman that caught his eye, but seemed especially fond of blondes. Tori was a slightly shorter woman with long blonde hair, blue eyes, very pretty. Often dressed smartly, mostly in suits, though actually quite feminine. Billy met me and Tori back when we were studying both history and literature on campus. Tori I hit it off with almost immediately over a shared love of history, though we were not really close and only rarely spoke one-on-one. Billy on the other hand, almost immediately started acting as if the two of them were close, trying to sit next to her every day and acting out, often to try and get her attention, even though she was, and to this day still is, happily married. She often glowingly spoke about her husband and mentioned once about how the two of them were high school sweethearts with a big smile. Nevertheless, Billy shared his thoughts about her loudly. He was convinced that her husband was an asshole and that he was somehow coercing her to say such positive things about him. Billy would insist that he and Tori were meant for each other and that when they met, it was love at first sight. Even though Tori clearly stated she was not interested, Billy insisted and just said her husband is brainwashing her. It's a common thing with assholes to break their victim's will and make them think they love them, but they really don't. Every day, Billy would walk into class and try to talk her into leaving her husband, then make a fuss when she refused, saying he could tell at once they were soulmates, and I can treat her like the princess she is, and other such nice guy rhetoric. For her part, Tori would just try to ignore him, though this didn't deter him. When I asked her why she didn't report him, Tori said, I've handled annoying guys like him before. Just ignore him long enough, and he'll get the hint. Oh, how wrong she was. Instead of giving up, Billy doubled down on his efforts and soon began to insult her husband, even though he never even met the guy. He would claim her husband was cheating, question her, why do you stay with the wrong man? Say she deserved better, said he was going to one day be wealthy and would take care of her, just about every trick in the book. Naturally, none of it worked, and Tori did her very best to just ignore him, convinced he would just give up. She eventually did fire back and state Billy did not know her situation and he did not know her husband. Billy's reply? But I do know him and his type. I can tell right away you are unhappy. You're only pretending you're not. I can see it in your eyes. Tori, with the coldest cold glare, responded. You don't know me at all. You don't know him at all. Now knock it off and leave me alone or I swear I will report you. Deflated, Billy spent the rest of class sulking quietly. But he wasn't done yet. Things came to a head when a week or so later, Tori showed up for class and after rejecting Billy's advances, usual I can treat you better than he can argument, for the umpteenth time told him the most shocking news he had ever heard. Tori was pregnant. Right there, in the middle of class, Billy just up and started sobbing. When asked what was wrong by the teacher, Billy, in between tears, exclaimed, "The love of my life is going to give birth to an asshole's child." He knocked her up, and he's going to mistreat that baby, and she's okay with it. Naturally, the teacher didn't find this at all sympathetic, and told Billy to knock it off. Right there, Billy stood up, and, tears still falling, ran right out of the classroom. Tori, on the other hand, looked as if she wanted to die of embarrassment. The teacher continued the lesson, and the very next day, Billy didn't show up, nor the next day. Eventually, I came to find out he had dropped out. I don't know what happened to him to this day, but I do know Tori later gave birth to a healthy daughter, and she and her husband are still together, still happy to this day. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.